Hello everyone, my name's Alex and I'm a physiotherapist from Physio Function, and I'm going to be taking this level 3 different strokes exercise class today. So as always, we want you to have a challenging class, but it's really important for your safety that you exercise to the correct level. So level 3 exercise classes are designed for individuals who have reasonably good movement in their affected leg, but may have some restricted movement in their affected arm. The class is going to be a combination of sitting and standing exercises. So for the standing exercises, it's important that you have a surface or something as a support nearby. So this could be kitchen bench, a sturdy table or sturdy upright chair. Also, remember, it is a requirement that you have someone available to assist you and supervise you with standing exercises as needed for safety. So today is our week 3 of our resistance series. So for this class, you will need either two light hand weights. So this could be, I've got today 2 water bottles. So you could use that. You could use some tins of food. If you have light hand weights, then you can use those. Remember, when you're filling your water bottles, so however you've got them, will change the weight. So pick something that's achievable but is a challenge as well. But then also please be aware that if you do not have access to hand weights or you would prefer not to use them, you do not have to. You can do these exercises without any weights as well. I'll try and give options for the exercises in sitting and standing. So again, pick something that's going to be a challenge, but you're going to be able to execute good technique. So that's really important here. I prefer you to focus on your technique, especially when we're doing some resistance work. So go for quality over quantity, okay? So let's get started. We're going to start in sitting today, okay? So I want you to sit in your chair, nice posture. So think about growing nice and tall, sitting away from the back of your chair. And let's start with some marching. So you're going to lift those legs, alternating, and swing your arms. So if you need to, you can hold your hands together in front, or just swing that affected arm as much as you can. The main thing here is we're trying to warm up our bodies, get everything a bit looser if you're feeling a little bit stiff, and get ready for the main exercise circuit. Lovely. Let's see if we can raise those knees a little bit higher. Really nice. Okay, let's do some heel taps alternating in front. So if you've been joining me for the last 2 weeks of this resistance series where we've done some upper body and some lower body, I'd love to know what you thought of them. It might be a nice opportunity this week as well, because last week, or however long I've been saying for now, it's really useful to try and do at least another 2 of these classes in a week to really get the most of them. So if you're doing this one this week, it might be nice to then do week 1, so the upper body class, and then week 2, the lower body class as well, because that will give you a really nice rounded week of resistance exercise. Okay, let's go side stepping. Lovely. Just gonna move my bottles out the way. And if you want to, you can add a punch. Step across the body. Lovely. Nice. Can we reach up and across? Good. Really stretch those arms, sit nice and tall. And now can we go it lower? Lovely. Really nice. And back to normal crossbody punching. Lovely. And stop there. Okay, let's do some shoulder rolls now. So big shoulder rolls backwards. Bringing those shoulders up, back and down. Good. And free up those shoulders and all the muscles around your shoulder blades. Nice, and let's do some forward rolls. Lovely. If you want to, you can get those arms involved a little bit. Make those circles a little bit bigger. Good. And then let's do some back strokes. So trying to do some nice big shoulder rolls, including your arms backwards now. There. Lovely. Really nice. Do one more on each arm. Fantastic. Okay, hands on your lap, or if you want to, hands out in front of you. What we're going to do is we're going to open up our right arm round to the side, turning to look with our head, and back to the middle, and then the other way. Back to the middle. Turn, follow with your head, turning at your waist. Back to the middle, and to the left. Back to the middle. Lovely. Right. Back to the middle, sit nice and tall. Left. Back to the middle. Good. Right. Back to the middle. Left. Back to the middle. One more time each way. Right. Back to the middle. That's it. Sit nice and tall. Left. Back to the middle. Lovely. Give everything a nice little shake. Okay. So let's now give our wrists a bit of a roll. So you can either go together or separately or together. So give those wrists a nice roll. Getting everything nice and loose. Change direction if you can. This might feel a little bit strange. Always feels easy going one way from the other. Good, get everything a little shake. Let's pop our right leg out in front of us, nice and straight. So you might need to sit a little bit further forward on your chair. With your hands, I want you to relax them down to the side. We're going to do a forward sweep and then up. So if you think about it almost like a reverse train. So when we're doing this, I want you to keep your back nice and straight and you're bending forward from your hips as you come forward and up. So try and keep your head looking upwards to encourage you to keep a nice straight back. So it's just giving a gentle stretch to the back of that straight leg. Good. So down and up in a nice circle. Down and up. Just joining it as much as you can on that affected side. Down and up. Down and up. One more. Down and up. Lovely. We're going to change legs. Left leg out. Down and up. Nice straight back. Bending from the hip. Keeping that head and that chest lifted. Good. That's it. Good. We're going to do 3 more here. Down and up. So from the side, I'll show you. We're here. Down and up. Good. Finish the one you're doing now. Lovely. Okay. So what we're going to do, the last exercise we're going to do in our warm-up before we get started is some sit to stands. So what I want you to do now, we're going to aim to do 10 sit-to-stands. Now, I want you to do these in your own time. So if I am going a bit quick for you, then please feel free to pause before we start the main circuit. So you get yourself sitting forwards in your chair. Okay, if you have your hands, then you can use them for your warm-up. However, if you're able to, you can go without. So what we want to do, make sure our feet are nice and equal underneath this. We're leaning forward, so either hands on the chair, hands across your chest, or hands out in front, forward and up, all the way. Squeeze your bottom at the top, grow nice and tall. Feel that the weight is equally distributed, and slowly down. That's 1. And again, forward and push up. Squeeze your bottom nice and tall, slowly down for 2. And again, forward and up. Squeeze your bottom, slowly down. 3. Forward and up. Squeeze your bottom at the top, nice and tall, weight equal. Back down slowly. Keep that weight central. Really focus on that affected leg. Forward, up, squeeze. Slowly down. 5, I think. Forward and up, squeeze. Slowly down. I'm notoriously bad at counting. Forward, lean forward, weight over the toes, big push up. Slowly down. We're going to do 3 more. Lean forward, weight over the feet, push the legs into the ground, up. Slowly down. 2 more. Forward and up. Good. Slowly down. Last one. Forward and up. Squeeze your bottom nice and tall. Weight central. Slowly down. Fantastic. Okay, we are going to come into our main circuit now. Hopefully you are nice and warm. We are going to be doing 1 minute of each exercise. Okay, so we will probably have time for 2 rounds of this today, but what you could do if you have some extra time and you want to do an extra round, you could pause after we finish the circuit, rewind, and then do an extra round. Okay, so if you're using your hand weights, I'll get you to have them ready. So the first exercise, now you can do this one in sitting if you would like, or standing. So I'm going to show you the seated version first. You're going to hold your hand weights in your hands. Now, if you struggle with your grip on your affected sides, you do have the option of doing the weight in your unaffected hand and doing no weight in your affected hand if you've got the movement, or you could hold the weight between your hands if you're wanting to, or alternatively, no weight, you can hold your hands there. So lots of different options. So if you're holding them in both your hands, we're going to bend our elbows, bringing the bottles or cans or weights to your shoulders, and then we're going to push back down and straighten. So bend the elbows and push down and straighten. So that's the option with or without weight. If you're doing hands together, with or without weight, same thing. We're going to bend the elbows, push down and straighten. Now, if you really struggle with your shoulder and you have any pain, you might just want to stay and work here. Okay? So work within your pain limits. If you've got a lot of weakness on that side, your assistant could help you support underneath your elbow to help with the upward lift of this movement. If you're doing this in standing, again, we have the option. You can do it here. Okay, standing if you've got the balance. Or alternately, we could do one arm at a time, holding on, and I will tell you when to swap over. So pick whichever option you are going to do. I'm going to set my stopwatch for 1 minute. Okay, ready, set, off you go. So clean, press, back, down. So we're bending the elbows, weights to shoulders, pushing up overhead, back, down. My arms are hitting the ceiling, so you make sure you've got enough room. Bend, straighten, back down, straighten those elbows. So if you have one weight in your hand, I want you to swap sides. Straighten, back down to shoulders, straighten those elbows. So bend the elbows, straighten up overhead, back down, straighten again. Bend elbows, push up overhead, bring them back down to your shoulders and straighten. Okay? Bend, push up overhead if you can, back down and straighten. Lovely. Okay, the next exercise we're going to do, we're going to start in sitting. So if you're, again, here's the option. So if you're using your hand weight, you have the option of holding them the whole time, or you could put them down each time. We're going to think about hands down by your knees, holding the weights. You're going to lean forward slightly, okay, in your chair. Leaning forward slightly, let your hands relax down by your knees. I want you to think about squeezing your shoulders back together and pulling those elbows back. So using those shoulder blades, okay? So we're leaning forward, we're pulling those elbows back, straightening. Now here you can stand up, sit down. Now, if you need to use your hands, so options are, you could just stay here and work on your back muscles if that's what you want to focus on. Alternatively, you could pull, put the weights down or give them to your assistant, stand up, sit down. Pick up those weights, pull, put down, stand up, sit down. Or no weights, pull those elbows back, stand up, sit down. Arms out, pull those elbows back. So they're your options. So you don't have to use weights for this one if you don't want to. Okay, so pick your option. We're going to go for 1 minute. 3, 2, 1. Okay, moving forward. Pull elbows back, straighten, stand up, sit down. Okay, alternatively, you're just working here, or you're putting them down, standing up, sitting down. Sit, lean forward, so pull, standing up, hands or not if you can, and down. Pull back, standing up, sitting down. Standing up, sitting down. Or we're going no weight. Pull, push, stand up, sit down. Fantastic. Okay, we are now going on to our next exercise, which is a seated exercise. This is going to be a chest press. So what I want you to do in your chair, I'm going to turn sideways to demonstrate. This time, I want you to rest back in your chair, okay? You're holding the hand weights again in both of your hands if possible, or alternatively, you could use no hand weights for this, or you could hold one hand weight between. If you've got one hand weight between, if it's a bottle or something, you could hold it long ways, okay? We are going to push out from our chest and back. So we're lying back, so we're almost pushing our arms on an angle. So think about the weight to your chest, push, and back in. Okay, if you're choosing no hand weight, you could have your hands by the sides of your chest or by your shoulders, push out, back in, or you can use 2 hand weights. Okay, here we're pushing out, we're pulling back in. Okay, So we're going to go for 1 minute. Pick your option. So if you're using no hand weights that you need to work, you need to assist your arm, you can have hands together. Here. Okay? Right. Ready, set, off we go. Resting back, pushing back in. So this is a good exercise for your chest muscles. Out and in. Lovely. And in. Really use those chest muscles. Good. Set. Well done, everybody. Up and down. Well done. Good. Remember, if your arms get a bit tired holding your hand weights, then you can put them down and continue without. We're nearly there. And relax. Fantastic. Okay. Last exercise in our circuit, we are going to do some step backs and lunges. So we're going to make our way into standing next to your support. So option 1 is we're doing step back, forward, other leg, back, forward. If you want to make it a bit more challenging, we're going to go step back, little lunge, up and in, other leg, back, little lunge, up and in. Okay? So we're going to do that one for a minute. So pick whichever option you're going to work on. If you really struggle with backward stepping, I want you to really just think about squeezing your bottom to step that leg back and in, and then the other way, keeping that chest nice and upright. This is a great exercise to help with your mobility when you're walking around in the daytime. Okay, you ready? 3, 2, 1, off we go. So we're stepping back, really squeezing our bottom, keeping our chest up, back in, step back, and in. Or if you want to add a bit more challenge, back, little bend, up and in, back, little bend, up and in. So pick whichever one you're wanting to work on, but make sure you're keeping that chest nice and upright. Lovely. Back, down, up and in, back, down, up and in. Good. Down, up and in. One more. Back, down, up and in. Well done. Okay, we are going to go back to the start for one more round. If you need a little bit more rest, then please press pause to the video. If you're going to continue with me for the moment, so what I want you to do is to make your way back down to sitting. Okay, we're going to do our cleans and press. So that's arms, elbows bend, push, down, and back, back, straighten again. So remember, there is the option to do this in standing, or you could come and do it in sitting if you want to, and you can hold the weight together in front. Or alternatively, you don't have to do any weight. Remember, if you have difficulty with your shoulders, you can just work on the elbow bending and straightening. Okay, so we're going to go for 1 minute. Off we go. Bend the elbows, push up overhead, back down and straighten. Bend, push overhead, back down and straighten. Remember, we can be here. Bend, push, down and straighten. Try and keep a really nice straight back when we're doing this. So try not to lean back and move within your pain limits. And up. If you find it's really challenging with the weight this round, then you could put the weight down and do this second round with no resistance. And it can be something that you can build up to. If this gets a bit easy, add a little bit more resistance. So it could be filling up your water bottles a bit more, using a slightly bigger can. Really nice, everyone. Lovely. Okay, we're going back to our row and sit to stand. So remember, if you're holding your hand weights, we've got the option of pulling back with the elbows and then standing up and sitting down. You do have the option of putting them down each round, or alternatively, we can go without the hand weights. So we're pushing, we're pulling back with the elbows, squeezing the shoulder blades, then we're standing up, sitting down, with or without the arms of your chair. So pick your option. So I'll demo without the hand weights this time, but remember you could hold them. Off we go. So we're reaching out, we're pulling back with those elbows, squeeze those shoulders together, we're standing up and we're sitting down. Reaching forward, pull back with the elbows, standing up and sitting down. So moving at your own pace. Push and pull back with those elbows, standing up and sitting down. Remember, we could be using hand weights if you want to. Push and pull back with those elbows. Squeeze the shoulders together, standing up and sitting down. Lovely. Push and pull, standing up and sitting down. Good. Reach and pull back, standing up and sitting down. Lovely. Reach and pull, standing up and sitting down. Lovely. Okay, back to our chest press. So remember, we are sitting to the front of our chair and then we are leaning back. Okay, so we're in a bit of a reclined position and we're going to be doing our chest press up towards the corner of the ceiling in front. So holding the two bottles, or this round I'll demonstrate you could be holding one between your hands, or alternatively, no hand weights, hands apart altogether. Another thing you could hold if you wanted to, which if you do struggle with weakness in your affected arm, is you could use a stick or a broom or something, just be wary of space, and hold that to do a chest press with a stick. Okay, but if you want to hold your bottle, tin, or that in both your hands to use the weight, then please do. We're going to go for 1 minute. Okay, back we go. We're pushing and pulling. So try and relax your head throughout this movement as well. There's a good excuse to relax back. If your chair has a low back, then using pillows behind you can help. Good. Really think as well about drawing those tummy muscles in. So a little bit of tension in the tummy. Good. Pressing and back, nice and slow. Try as well not to let those elbows stick out. Keep them close in to your side. So try not to let them wing out too much. Really nice. And back. Good. And back. Lovely. You're nearly there. Fantastic, everybody. Keep it going. One more. And relax. Well done. Lovely. We're coming up to our last exercise, last one of the circuit. Remember, if you want to, you can repeat this again. So what we're going to do is we're going to make our way back up to standing again. So if you make your way in front of your support, again, if you need a bit more time for these transitions, please feel free to pause the video and start once you are ready. Holding on, we're going to be doing our backward stepping, really concentrating on squeezing your bottom. If you're wanting to, adding that little knee bend. Okay, make sure you've got enough room. Off we go. Stepping back, squeeze your bottom together. Squeeze your bottom together. Or remember, we're stepping back, little knee bend, up, in, back, little knee bend, up, in. So when you're stretching your effective leg back, really think about squeezing the bottom, keeping that chest up. And then when you're stretching your unaffected, remember to bring your weight over onto your affected leg to squeeze your unaffected leg backwards. Remember your weight's going from side to side while you're stepping that leg back. Really nice, we're nearly there. Good. Lovely, well done. Do one more on that left leg. And relax. Well done. Grab yourself a drink. So remember, if you want to, you could rewind and do another round of this. That's a really nice way of progressing this exercise circuit, is by doing some more rounds. Other ways to make it a bit more challenging is to increase the weight. Or alternatively, if it's a bit difficult, you could start with just this, or like reduce the amounts of weights you're using and then gradually increase over time, okay? So let's do some stretches. We're going to stay standing. I want you to step your left leg back, okay? Keep your chest upright. We're going to bend that right knee. Make sure both your feet are facing forward and your heels are both on the floor. You should feel a stretch in that back calf muscle, so just at the back of your ankle. Hold that one there. Lovely. Good, then we're going to step that left leg in. We're going to step that right leg back. Again, both feet facing forwards, heels on the floor, bend that front knee until you feel a stretch in that back calf muscle. Keep that chest up. Hold that one there. Good. And relax. Okay, we're going to come back down to our chairs. I'm going to face mine to the side to demonstrate. Okay. So when you're back in your chair, we're going to sit nice and tall towards the edge. We're going to straighten out our left leg. Hands are going to go on our right knee, which is bent. Sit tall and then hinge forward at your hips, keeping a nice straight back. Head up until you feel a stretch down the back of that straight leg. Hold that one there. Nice big breath. Really good. Well done, everybody. We're going to bring that leg back in now. We're going to straighten our right knee. If you can, pull your toe up. Hands are going to go onto your bent left knee. Sit tall, hinge forward from the hips until you feel a stretch down the back of that straight leg. Hold that one there. Keep breathing. Nice, slow breath. Really nice. Good, and bring your feet back in. Let's hold our hands together in front. I want you to reach those arms forward, really round that upper back. Option to drop your chin to your chest. Nice big breaths here. Feel that stretch across your upper back, down your shoulders. Lovely. Good. And then relax there. Hands to the base of your back if possible, or you could hold them to the side of your chair as far back as you can. But I want you to focus on squeezing those shoulder blades together, really widening across those collarbones. Hold that one there. Keep that neck nice and neutral. So keep looking forward. Feel that nice stretch across your chest. And relax there. Lovely. Give yourselves a clap, a pat on the back. Thank you very much for joining me today for this level 3 different strokes exercise class. So next week will be our last week in the resistance series. So please, if you have any feedback or comments about the exercise classes, please feel free to leave them below or sending a message to the Different Strokes charity Facebook group. Remember, you have access to so many different classes on the Different Strokes charity Facebook page and the Different Strokes UK YouTube page. So please feel free to check them all out. And as I was saying before, to really get the most out of these classes, I would recommend doing at least another 2 this week. So either repeating this one, or like I said, you could do the other 2 classes from the resistance series this week to get a really nice rounded week of exercise. Or there are tons of other videos that you can choose from. So have a little go at that. Let me know how you get on. If you've done the class and you've enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up. And I really look forward to seeing you all next week. Thank you again for joining me and take care. Bye.